Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is in fact Friday. Man, my voice sounds so different. What the heck? So why is this timer 2 minutes ahead? What the heck? That never happens. I feel like, okay, I've not streamed in such a long time. I find it to be unusual now to talk. I feel like my voice is not the same as it was at this time last week. Anyway, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Duck, welcome Muffin. Thank you JD for the 2 months. Welcome Tag Barrel, welcome Namington, Defins, and Yuyuko. It's been a 1,000 years. I've not streamed since last Friday. Actually, this time last week was the last time I streamed. And I've not streamed all month. So we're gonna open up Walfie's Nonograms, which has been featured, by the way, on the itch.io social media platforms, such as itch.io and Twitter and other such. Also Facebook. Apparently itch.io has a Facebook. Welcome ChocoJax. But not on the itch.io website. That's the thing. It's been featured on social media, but not on the website itself. So what's going on? What's the deal? I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna open a retro arch. You're welcome, ChocoJax. I definitely saw your comment, and then I acknowledged it in my head, and I'm like, did I greet you? I don't know. I do not remember what I did 5 seconds ago. If I have not welcomed you, then welcome. Anyway, a bunch of stuff has happened. It has been an entire week. Let me load up Walfie's Nonograms. For some reason, it's not picking up my controller. Okay, there it is. Load content. Load content. Start directory. Walfie's Nonograms. .gbc. There it is. Okay. People are pinging me on Slack. What the frick, man? It's 5 p.m. Let me check this. Let me read Slack. I'm reading, guys. I'm reading. You get to listen to this music while I'm reading. Alright, let's see. I will not read aloud the message because this will reveal information about work. Okay, they're outlining various options for things that have been discussed. Yes. I'm taking a look. This is the most interesting content. It's 5 p.m. Well, it's like the people that are messaging me are in California. It's all these Californians messaging me at 2 p.m. California time. Shouldn't they be aware that it's 5:10 p.m. on a Friday Eastern time? Unbelievable. I'm checking. Well, anyway, I'm gonna mark this as something I do on Monday. Let's see. Remind me. Custom date and time. Monday at 10 a.m. Sure. Okay. Well, anyway, hope everyone is having a good Friday. The first Friday of March, perhaps? Yes, it is. It is, in fact, the first Friday of March. This is today's image. It is me, but like a square for some reason. I don't know. We're playing Walfie's Nonograms. Okay, we last left off at level 46. So I guess we'll just start on this and I'll just talk while I'm solving this. Anyway, so I did not stream last Saturday because I was out and about. I was watching the Uma Musume movie. I also did karaoke with my friends. The last time I've seen them in person was probably like 6 years ago, pre-COVID. And we were all like, man, it's been so long. It's been so long since we've done karaoke. And then we went to karaoke, we sang various songs, and it was like, what songs did I even used to sing? Right, I don't even remember. I don't even know how to sing anymore, you know? But I did know how to sing. We sang various songs, a lot of classic, good old Aikatsu. There's some Idolmaster stuff in there. Did I sing Dame Dane? I did not. That is, I don't think I've ever sung that at karaoke, nor do I think the people that I karaoke with usually sing that. Does the place still have marathon pricing? It does, but unfortunately it's... Okay, so I'm going to discuss the differences. I feel like Yuko is going to be the only one who understands what I'm talking about here. The place that I usually go to is Karaoke Duet 53. Oh no, location docs. Karaoke Duet 53 on 53rd Street. And when you imagine most people who are interested in anime karaoke mention that they're going to karaoke, they're probably talking about that place. Anyway, I was there. It used to be that you would pay like $14 for 7 hours of karaoke per person. So the usual price back in the day, this is not the same as it is today. Or, I mean, it's not the same. Yeah, what I'm going to mention now is not the same as it is today. But it used to be that you would pay $5 per hour per person for karaoke. But then if you spend more than 3 hours, it would cost $14 regardless. So we would basically go there from opening time until 8 p.m. When they open at like 1 p.m. usually. So it would be $14 per person for the entirety of 7 hours of karaoke, which was like really good value. Unfortunately, that is now only available on Sundays, and I went on Saturday, so they did not have that pricing. They've also changed the pricing structure to be, instead of being per person, it's based on the room. So like if you have 3 people, you have to pay for like a 4-person room, and we had 3 people, so we ended up paying more. But yeah, I paid more, but it's not the same good value as it was. I mean, I guess it is still pretty good value if you have a marathon karaoke available. Anyway, we were there for like 3 hours, and it was pretty good. They used to have a thing where you would have one of those Japanese karaoke systems where they would have like a custom machine and all the text is in Japanese. Now everything is like on an iPad, which they also had back in the day. The iPad was not as good, and I still think it's not as good, but it works fine. You put in the song. They have a lot of English songs for people that like singing English songs at karaoke, which is not me. Actually, they did have Diamond City Lights. They also had the Uma Musume Uma Pyoi English version, and we sang that. We sang Diamond City Lights. We did the fan chant. It's not actually called a fan chant. It's called the calls. We did it. It was good. What the? My controller's drifting, guys. My controller drifting. It doesn't work anymore. My controller's broke, guys. My controller is broken. The time is going up. Time is going up. They keep pinging me on Slack, guys. I'm gonna keep pinging. They're not pinging me. They're like talking in a thread that I was initially mentioned on. And since I'm on that thread, every single time they reply to it and get pinged on Slack. Kahen Sanren Mix. That's what it's called. Anyway, we did that. We sang Uma Pyoi English version. And a bunch of other songs. We sang Snow Elation. Other stuff. Anyway, a funny thing about that is that I think after, this is afterward, but after the day was over, I saw SC_channel retweet a drawing from her friend on the next day that suggested that they were at karaoke on Saturday. And like, I was also there on Saturday, and I was like, what the frick? I was literally in that same building on that same day. They didn't mention which karaoke place, but given that Karaoke Duet 53 is like the karaoke place for anime stuff, I would assume that they were there. And then as he was doing like a stream where she was like recapping stuff, and I was like, do you talk about karaoke? Because I was literally there and she was freaking out. Anyway, I did not confirm whether she was actually there, but it's possible. Possible that you could be in close proximity to streamers that you know. Welcome Carp. Took me 30 hours to finish this game, more than most games in my Steam library. Damn. Did you have the version, I guess you had the version that tells you how long you took total, right? Probably, because that information was not available in the initial game release. I did update it at some point. And now it tells you. Now when you finish the game, it tells you. Anyway, karaoke was fun. And then we went to Nintendo World, which I guess is not called Nintendo World anymore. It's called Nintendo NYC now. And given this was like right after the Pokemon 30th anniversary day, I was expecting like some Pokemon like event stuff, but there wasn't really. So you were just there. I saw some Animal Crossing water bottles that were very expensive. They looked very nice, but I did not buy them. They were like $35? $35 to $40 for a water bottle, and I was like, I'm not spending that. But they look nice. There was a bunch of stuff that looked good that if I were more interested, I would have purchased perhaps. But I was not interested. I did not purchase it. Anyway, this is Froggy Chair. Welcome Sega Migs as well. And thank you Carp for the 4 months. Walfie's Nonogram 2, perhaps eventually. That's Froggy Chair. Okay, let's change the color scheme. Let's also change the music. Enough of this Walfie composed music, BGM 9. Let's go to this very jarring color. This color is based on watermelons. Welcome Manflow. Walfie's Nonogram spoilers, you can't be watching this. Can't believe this. Spoiling the game for viewers. Unbelievable. Anyway, I find that this color is a bit hard on the eyes. They keep messaging me. I need to like mute the thread. Hold on. Can I like... I think I have it set up so that at 5:30 p.m. it automatically starts muting notifications from Slack. But it is not yet 5:30. Let me see. Let me see. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Welcome Liquid Cake. Okay, well, I don't know. I also forgot to post that I'm going live on, what's that website called? Blue Sky. Blue Sky, let me update. Blue Sky has a thing where you can say you're going live without, like, tweeting something. I guess it's not called tweets, but you can, you have, like, a little live notification badge. I don't know if it tells people, like, via notification that you're live, but it puts an icon around your name. Welcome, Nutritious. Anyway, and this is the thing about telling anecdotes at the beginning of a stream, is that people will just start coming in, and they will have missed all the important stuff from earlier on. So I really should have just, like, waited, you know? Like, people are gonna show up, they're like, hey, Walfie, what's the deal? What, will I talk about it again? What's the deal? Why would I do that? It's fine, I guess they'll have to tune into the VOD, although no one, probably no one really cares. I'd like to imagine that people care, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. Anyway, after karaoke, after Nintendo NYC, where I did not buy anything, we went to Go-Go Curry, well-known Japanese curry chain where they serve curry. And the prices have also increased. The last time I was there was probably like 6 years ago as well. They stopped giving out free water. This is a thing in restaurants that you would expect. They would have just, you know, they would have water and you could just refill the water. But they no longer have that. It's no longer available. You have to buy a bottle of water. It's the end of an era. It's no longer available. It really goes to show you the state of the world nowadays. People are not giving out free water anymore. And I was like so thirsty. I was like, I guess we can go... Once we watch the Uma Musume movie, we can simply go... We can drink from the water fountain. Can you ask for free water, or do they just not give it to you? No, it used to be... I don't think they have the cups for that. It used to be like they would just have cups, and they would have like a water... what are those called? Dispenser. You would just go up there, and you would just like, you know, press the button. It's not really a button, it's like one of those... Whatever, one of those things. And you would just get the water. But they did not have that. That is not a thing that is available anymore. And they did not have cups. I don't know, I guess, are they? I don't know. You probably could ask, and they would probably be like, we don't do that anymore. Welcome, Zoe. Have the AI companies been buying up the cup production until November? No, I mean, it's not the cups, the dispenser doesn't exist anymore. That's what I'm saying. They don't have cups because they don't have the dispenser. There's no reason to have the cups because they don't have a thing that dispenses water. Now you're like, what about tap water? Can't you just ask them for tap water? Yes, you probably could. I don't think they would have a cup to give you to put the tap water in. Anyway, many considerations. Dispensers don't give water. Hamflow, we're not talking about Team Fortress 2, okay? You are deliberately misinterpreting. See, this is what I was talking about, man. Now everyone shows up and I have to like repeat myself. I can't believe this, guys. I really should have just said nothing for the first hour. And then by the second hour of the stream, then everyone will have shown up. And then I could start the anecdotes. But I started too soon. And now I'm like mid-anecdote. And now no one even knows anymore. No one understands. Do streamers, do you understand this problem that is faced by streamers who talk about things? Welcome, Teeny. See, this is what now I have to repeat that thing where I have to say, look, this is what I'm talking about. I don't have to repeat myself. Kind of figure, yeah. Okay, maybe I'll just like delay. Maybe I just won't talk about anything for the next 40 minutes. And then 40 minutes from now, see now Prob's not Jack is here. And he was watching the Uma Musume movie as well, so surely... But I've not talked about that yet. I've not yet gotten to the part where I talk about the Uma Musume movie. So I will just stall. I'm gonna stall. You are not? Didn't you say someone was in like cosplay? What? Anyway, what was I saying? I'm gonna stall. What can I talk about for the next 35 minutes? So that no one misses anything of interest. Hey everyone, how has it been going? What's been good? What about you guys, huh? What's been going on with you guys? Have the opposite problem of keeping the interesting stories when people are around. But isn't that a good thing? Well, what is this? Some kind of capybara? No way. How did he know? How did he know? Just because I was gonna cosplay Agnes Tachyon doesn't mean I had the opportunity to watch the movie. I'm doing something else. A homeowner? No way. Congrats. That sounds quite good. You're telling me you cosplay without watching the movie? Cosplaying without watching a movie? Unbelievable. Can't do that. There needs to be a reason. It has to be movie related. Can't believe this. Anyway, they're continuing to ping me on Slack. Another person is pinging me on Slack in an unrelated thread. Okay, well, I'm gonna mute the thread. Hold on, can I like mute notifications until whatever? In 4 minutes, it's gonna happen automatically. Watch it eventually. I will talk about it at some point, but not now because people are still showing up. I just close all my work stuff when I stop working. If they need me, they can dang well phone me. It's true. I mean, they're not pinging me directly. They're just discussing on a thread that I'm CC'd on. I went through a camping gear phase and transitioned to another retro console stuff phase for the last two. Which one did you get? That's been a new hot thing. And by new I mean old. The retro stuff is old. But yeah. How long do streamers delay? How long do streamers delay their anecdotes for? What's a good time for me to actually start saying interesting things? That's my concern. Is that if I start talking about anything interesting, someone's gonna show up in like 15 minutes. And they're gonna ask various questions, which have been answered. Just never, yeah, that is true. I could also just never talk about my anecdotes. Some streamers do that. Some streamers never talk about their anecdotes. There was a chat message today that said that I did not read out loud because I was reading another message. But I remember reading it. 5 minutes. Most people watch start yapping immediately. Yeah, but then what about when people like show up and then they ask questions that have already been stated? Do they just repeat their anecdote? What about the people that were already here? Then they have to listen to the same anecdote? I guess that's fine, right? That's fine. People repeat the same anecdotes. And I think that's probably fine. Slay the Spire 2 came out. I have not played Slay the Spire 1, so I don't really have opinions on it. Pokemon Pokopia came out. I also have no interest in playing that. I also don't even have a Switch 2. So that's fine. Check bottom second row. No. No, clearly. No. It's gotta be this then. Yeah, Pokopia came out. You can watch someone play it and like subscribe to them to get a Ditto badge. Does anyone have that Ditto badge? Does anyone have that badge? I don't. But you could. You can have it right now. Pokopia and Poker Night at the inventory. Not a, when I see someone on Twitch playing Pokemon Pokopia, I for some reason misread it and think that they're playing Pokemon Picross. Because, you know, it has the letter P and it starts with Pokemon. Obviously, I have no reason to think that. But for some reason I did. No way, Pokemon Picross. They should make another Pokemon Picross. I feel like there is demand for it. Nintendo will see that I release Walfie's Nonograms and they'll be like, oh shoot, wait a second. Right, we can do, oh my god, we should totally make a game based on Walfie's Nonograms. Call it Pokemon Picross. People are gonna love it. I'm telling you. If they release Pokemon Picross in the next year, it's gonna be because of me. Okay, it's gonna be because some person at Nintendo saw this game and they were like, wow, look at all the demand. itch.io featured this on their social media platforms. People have been paying money for this product even though it's free. We gotta start making another Pokemon Picross. I've actually never played Pokemon Picross. But apparently many people enjoyed it. Didn't they say that Nintendo doesn't want to? By they, do you mean Jupiter Corporation? Did they say that? I actually don't know. I have not been keeping up with Picross news. I don't actually know what Picross games are coming out. But you know, it's possible. It could exist. Walfie becomes next big Pokemon artist. I don't think I would want to do that. Do you know how much hate you would get for designing Pokemon characters? They're like, they're Pokemon. People will be like, look at this, they're so uninspired, man. I miss back in the day when Pokemon Gen 1. Oh man, this Pokemon, that's just a flamingo. Man, back in my day we had a rat. We had a pigeon. We had a snake. An ox. Now they're still one and smaller. Can't believe it. A yellow tapir. Did they have that? We had like a giraffe. Something along the lines of Nintendo, them wanting but Nintendo stalled. What drowsy a tapir? I guess it was. Yeah, we had a ball that evolved into it, but it's also upside down. You can't forget about the fact that it's an upside down ball, okay? That's the distinguishing quality. And its eyes were different. It's no longer an angry ball. Did you see? I don't know what this was about. Wasn't there like something about like Hololive, like today, released some sort of product that was like a ball? What is that? Does anyone know what that's about? There's like a ball, and it's like you can connect with your favorite streamer or something. So what do they mean? What is that? What do they mean? What is this ball? Can we look it up? Hold on. Let me open up. What is it called? The ball. If I just search Hololive ball, is that gonna yield the expected results? Hololive. What AI on your terms? No. Hololive ball. No. This is Holocure. I mean, no. Where is the new? Does anyone know? I guess no one knows. I don't even know what to search for. I don't know why I'm commenting on this, because I didn't actually read the article. I just saw it on Twitter. I have no context. I was hoping that someone else would have context. I guess no one else even knows what I'm talking about. Robinson Jack, do you know? Do you have, like, what do I search? It's been a while. It's also been a while. I don't really know. Ball. I don't know. Anyway, what was I talking about? NTT. I don't even know what that is. So the D's not a joke. Anyway, I think it's been long enough that I can now talk about the interesting things. Okay, so after eating go-go curry, we went to watch the Uma Musume movie. Haptic shirt. Okay. What is... Anyway, I guess we'll talk about that after. Yes, Uma Musume movie. I thought it was pretty good. But before we watched the movie, the water fountain... So I was talking about how the... they did not have a water dispenser at the curry place, and I was like, oh, can't wait to go to the movie theater, because they'll have water. But they did, but it was like broken. The water dispenser, water fountain, I guess is what you call it. It did not have a button. The button was like removed for some reason. There was like a hole. You have to like stick your finger into the hole to like push the button that's inside the hole. I don't know how to explain it. Can I look it up? Hold on. Water fountain button. It was like this. This one of these, it wasn't one of these. It was like, it was kind of like this one. Maybe. It's more like this, I guess. So imagine there's like a button here that you push in, and like pushes in, there's like a thing in there, and like the water comes out. Movie theaters have water. They don't have water over there? What the heck? But the button was missing, so that there was simply a hole, and like you had to like push it in, and then the water comes out. It was a lot of effort, and also the escalator was broken, and I had to walk up very much flight of stairs, and it was very uncomfortable. It was a lot. I was very tired. And then the Uma Musume movie, and then we watched Uma Musume movie. And I thought it was good. I'm not gonna like spoil it. I'm not gonna give details about things that happened. But I was like, how are they gonna make a movie that's basically they're just racing, you know? Isn't every race just like the same thing? It's not the same. They had like character development. They had all this other stuff, and I was like, man. And this was based on real events, so I feel like if you were a fan of like the real horses, you would have known. They were like, oh, they're gonna race in this race. You would have known who won. You'd be like, oh, of course, this is based on a real historical event. I already know that this person wins. And then in the second race, this person wins. Oh, they had these 4 competitors. Obviously, I know the result. This person wins. A lot of things like that. I've also messed up this puzzle. Have you found this out? I've messed up dramatically. Welcome, Nico. I'm gonna give up. We're gonna restart this. This is what happens when you talk over Picross, okay? Sometimes you're too preoccupied with telling an anecdote that you forget what's really important. And what's really important is nonograms. That's why they call them nonograms. You might think that you know no grams, but you do know some grams, okay? Kilograms, that's a gram that we know. Milligram. Regular gram. Everyone knows. Everyone, literally everyone knows some grams. So it's not really accurate to say we know no grams. Grammar. Gramper. Everything. What else do you even need? Anyway, Uma Musume movie. I thought it was good. Now, would I specifically recommend it to people who don't know Uma Musume? I feel like maybe, cause like you don't need to know the characters. One of my friends who he watched it with did not really know Uma Musume. Granted, I don't know if she enjoyed the movie actually, but you know, she watched it and she understood what was happening. The only thing you're really missing out on is like the cameos. There's like, you know, characters from the anime or game or real life that you don't know. Or like you know of them, but they're not like important to the story. They just show up in the background. And then you're like, whoa, what the? I know that character. Whoa. Things like that. I guess you'll miss out on that stuff. People were cheering when certain characters showed up. They're like, whoa, oh my god, is it? Oh my god, this is this character that showed up for like 5 seconds. Is that spoilers? That's not spoilers, right? Everyone knows they're not gonna have all the horses be plot relevant. I'm not watching the horse movie. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just saying, if someone were unfamiliar with horses from the Uma Musume franchise, they could still reasonably understand. Welcome Eidolon, might have to try that. Wait, try what? The ball? The Uma Musume movie? I did not watch the anime. And also when I was playing the Uma Musume like gacha game, I skipped all the story. So like really, like I didn't really know much about the characters other than their names and appearances and like their voice, I guess. So like, I mean, there were characters in that movie that aren't even in the English version of the game yet. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And now I understand. Now I'm like, oh, it's this character. I remember this character from the movie. From the movie that I watched. And then I looked up on Wikipedia after the fact. I looked up the real horses and like I was like, oh man, look at this. This was based on a real race, of course. It's like, oh, the reason why this happened in the movie was because this real thing happened to the real horse. I was like, that's kind of cool. Kind of cool that they were able to represent things from real life in a fictional context. Anyway, I feel like most of it, it's mostly just like the animation was really good. Horses are real, true. You guys know that horses exist in real life. It's true. They do exist. Has anyone seen a horse recently? What's everyone's opinions on real horses? I feel like they're scary. They're like huge. If you're ever next to like a real horse, they're like, man, these things are huge. This thing could literally, if you like walk up behind it, it could literally kick you and like kill you immediately. Yeah, it's scary because like you might be like, Walfie, when do you even see horses in New York? They do still have them. They have like, you know, back in the day, they would have the policemen riding horses. They still have that for some reason. If like you walk around Central Park, you'll see like policemen on horses. And you're like, why? Like the city is no place for a horse. Why do they have these police officers riding horses like around Central Park? I don't know. See horses quite often, they're mostly fine, they poop. Yeah, you'll just see like random poop on the street in Central Park and you're like, man, these horses, they think they're all that. Horses are hideous abominations. I do think they are quite scary. It is quite frightening, in my opinion. Horses. Anyway, for the longest time, I did not know that the term horse girl was a thing outside of anime. It's like a thing to refer to like girls who are fans of horses. But like, since I live in New York and like there are people, people here do not interact with horses because there's no room to like own a horse in New York, at least New York City. So like the term horse girl was never really a thing for me. So I always assumed they meant like anime horses or like, I don't know, like My Little Pony or whatever, but no, it's like real horses. But now when you hear horse girl, you think Uma Musume. They get spooked quite easily, right? If you approach a horse from the wrong direction, it'll kick you. It'll like run off. And you'll be like, man, what did I do? Aren't the horse? This is what I'm talking about, right? You go. Did anyone, guys, you know? You guys know what I'm talking about here? Does he know? Anyway, yes, there are in fact horses in some. Do you guys know that there's horses in Central Park? Is that like police officers are out there riding horses, and you're like, why are there even horses out here in New York City? The city is no place for a horse. And then you walk up behind them and you're like, oh, this horse could totally kick me. And like, I would die. All this stuff. Things to consider out here. Anyway, the bit is that I did just talk about this literally 2 minutes ago. This goes back to my thing. I say things, and they talk, yeah, the poop, yeah, I also literally said that 2 minutes ago. Cows are way more scary than horses though. Sometimes you're walking through a field, they're cows, they'll hang around. The style? What's the style? You know, they're waiting for the walker no one knows about so they can trample them. I don't think I've really been very close to a cow before. But maybe like at like a petting zoo or something. Do they have those? I don't know. Maybe in elementary school. But I've not seen a real cow in a very long time. So I do not know. Welcome to Schwan. Yes, we're very close to the sub goal. I think that's cool. The train. Compared to cars, policemen on bicycles are silly. I guess scooters are inconvenient. They could also just walk. I don't know. I guess they do just walk. But okay, I guess they do need a way to get around. I don't know what I'm saying. This is clearly wrong. Given the fact that I know what the solution to this is, this feels wrong to me. I feel like this is not... No, actually, no, it's fine. Okay. Given the fact that I know what the solution is, I think it looks fine. Get this. Okay, there it is. They showed horse carriages in Homer versus the City of New York, so it must be true. Along with Clav Kalash and crab juice stands. I don't think that's real. I don't think crab juice stands are real. But I do know that, what do I... Guys, what do you know? If someone asks you to explain what you know, what will you say that you know? I should visit a farm upstate. Isn't that a euphemism for dying? When animals die, they say we're gonna send you to a farm upstate. But they don't really mean a real farm. They mean that animal is dead. How did that happen? What is the deal? I'm a knower. Sometimes it means a literal farm. Yeah, but sometimes it also means they're dead. You ever think about, does upstate always mean literally north? I would assume so, right? You would assume if something is upstate, it's in the north. But also the fact that uptown and downtown isn't really a thing in most places. Many places have downtown, but there's no uptown, which always confused me. Because New York City definitely has uptown and downtown. Uptown is in the north, downtown is in the south, right? And then you talk to like other people and they're like, oh yeah, we're in downtown Los Angeles. And I'm like, is there an uptown Los Angeles? And they're like, no. Then what is downtown? And the weird thing is downtown Brooklyn is actually in the most northern part of Brooklyn. Have you thought about this? Why is downtown Brooklyn in the north of Brooklyn? But then like downtown Manhattan is the southern part of Manhattan? Why is that? Downtown Brooklyn is the second largest, blah blah blah, downtown Brooklyn. What? No one even explains this stuff. Now I know for many people, see, look at this. Downtown only means south in Manhattan. In other places, downtown just means like a very populated area of the city. It feels like upstate is a phrase that originated from New York. I have no way to prove it. I mean, there's other states that have upstate, right? Surely New York is not the only state that has an upstate. Do people say upstate Texas? Do people say upstate California? They don't really, right? They say Northern California. NorCal? Is down as in low, close to sea level? No, but like downtown usually just refers to like a populated... the most main populated part of the city. So like... I don't know. Why is that? Downtown may stand for low street numbers versus uptown means higher street numbers. First, second, third avenue is downtown. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. We can learn something today. Why is it called downtown? It originally referred... I'm not gonna read this AI stuff. Hold on. Let's read the real Wikipedia article. It's primarily used in American and Canadian English. Yeah, the main commercial, cultural, in other parts of the city. Downtown. See, look, Lower Manhattan is at the southern end of Manhattan. That's downtown. Boston. Downtown was coined in New York City. It was at the southern part of Manhattan. It's a place that's not meant for houses. Well, I mean, you could have houses there. See, and then uptown is in Upper Manhattan. And then it was a downtown. But then, like, other places were like, oh, downtown, that's a cool thing. Well, look, we got German here. Is this a term, Zoli, can you confirm? Das Zentrum? Other expressions to mean the city center are used instead of downtown. That's a thing. What does this mean? The center? I assume this means the center. Welcome, Tub of Insects. American downtowns lacked legally defined boundaries. Downtown was the place where the city did its business. Skyscrapers. Central business. Decentralization. This article has like a lot of information. This is more info than I thought it would have. Anyway. People usually use Innenstadt as inner city. I feel like inner city has like a different connotation in English, right? Inner city English. What do I even search? Inner city. See, what does this mean? Where there are often problems. What? Where there are often problems because people are poor and there are few jobs. What the? I mean, this is the connotation usually when people say inner city in English. Is that it's often associated with poor population. Which always confused me. Like, why is it specifically in the inner part of the city? Surely, like, the other parts of the city. I don't know. But yes, that's the thing. In case you didn't know, inner city has that connotation in English. Many cities here have castle walls around downtown, so it does make sense. I see. But now you know. If anyone asks you downtown, you're like, oh, that's the populated part. Oh, inner city, that's got connotations. You know, you're not in high finance considering second-hand underpants. What's the deal? Welcome, Craig. What am I doing? What have I been doing? Level 49. We should simply build castle walls around our business districts. I mean, I'm sure many places do that. It's probably a thing that occurs at various places. Anyone been to a castle recently? When was the last time I was at a castle? It was probably either in Japan or in Central Park. Central Park does have a castle. I don't remember the last time I've been there. I guess I could search Google Photos for castle. I've only been to a castle once in my life. Did you think it was good? Did you enjoy your time at the castle? The ruined, no, but like an active castle. I guess would you classify castle ruined as a castle? I guess I would. No, you're right. It does count. The Castle of Theseus. Is it still the same castle? Yes. Considering that Nuremberg was bombed to the ground, they rebuilt the castle walls by the 90s. I've been to a castle. The New Castle. What about White Castle? Anyone been to White Castle? That is the American burger chain. Twice in Czechia and Poland. Hey, that's more than once. Went to quite a few castles in Wales a few years ago. Some of them were there to keep the English out. We got in eventually. And they're like, no, you're not allowed to be here. Historically, you were not supposed to be here. I don't have White Castle near me. Not that I'm clamoring for steamed ham. It's true. I've not had it in a long time. I don't think it was that good, honestly. Just outside of one counts, I've probably been a couple weeks ago. That probably counts. You're like in close proximity to a castle, I think that would count. Active castles, isn't that a military? Well, active as in like not ruined. Like castles maybe like in Japan, they're preserved for like historical reasons. I don't mean active as in like, well, I guess in the UK, I guess they probably do have like the royal family probably still has a castle. I would assume. I did pass a fort last night. Yo, Fortnite. I've been to the castle of Versailles. I have not been there. But I'm sure that it's probably quite nice. Anyone been to an abandoned castle? I have not. If I were to search my Google Photos for a castle, Hold on, I should probably like solve this puzzle first, because I mean for I mean for solving these to be a guide to people who are playing this game. Yeah, imagine someone's watching this like, oh, I can't wait to see how to solve level 49. I'm just talking about castles. You'd be like, what the heck? I didn't tune into this for castle lore. I want to see him solve the puzzle. He just keeps talking about stuff besides the game. This stuff happens. This is the kind of stuff that happens, you know? But one day you're playing Plants vs. Zombies and someone's being like, oh, can you talk about the game already? This guy's been yapping for 2 hours. Play the game already. Oh, he's not even playing the game. It's true, Windsor Palace looks like a castle and is lived in. Windsor Palace. Wind. Walfie, Europe, when? I don't really have like a reason to go to Europe though. Like really, what is there for me to do? I mean, probably a lot of things. Okay, that's a bad question. There are probably a lot of things for me to do. I'm like, are there really though? Are there really a lot of things? You're in Europe. He's in Europe. We have many people in the chat that are literally in Europe right now. What do you think this is? Whoa, that's candy. That's a Vacuous Sugar Quest reference. Oh my god. I feel the Swedish royalty mostly stay in palaces rather than castles. Let's see. Compare Italian to New York pizza. I don't know about that. I feel like Italian pizza doesn't usually have a lot of toppings. It's usually just like margarita pizza. Or like maybe like a little bit of salami, or like prosciutto, or tomatoes. There are huge things happening here. I could buy one burger. Me, one burger. Is there a way to like have the music not be muted when I alt-tab out of this? Does anyone use RetroArch? Is there a setting for this? Ah, whatever. I'm just gonna play Stream Beats. Europe probably has a couple things to look at. What is one thing that's worth seeing in Europe? I'm gonna go my Google Photos and search for castle. You know what would be funny if Wolf went to Europe when I went to the US? Would that be funny? I mean, it's hilarious. Okay, castle. What shows up? Ah yes, this castle in Central Park. Let me show this to you all. Save image. And then we got this castle in Japan. That's not a castle. Okay, for some reason Google thinks this photo of a bunch of buildings in Tokyo is a castle. It is not a castle. But I will not show you the photo. Okay, this photo right here. Oh no, people in the back, don't look at those people. Oh no, I don't know who they are, but I can't. They don't want their photos being posted online. This is a castle that is in Central Park of New York. Now you might be like, that's barely a castle. That's just like a small structure. No, there's a castle. Okay, like down, there's more levels below. Surely this is something. Pistachio. Welcome next time. What king lives in this castle? Central Park. Yes. Went to Ireland, they sure do have a lot of castles in there probably. The Giant's Causeway, Swedish archipelago? Never been there. Belvedere Castle. It's a Folly, isn't that a chat member? But with an E. Central Park, it contains exhibit rooms and observation deck and has housed Central Park's official weather. I did not know that. has the weather station. Wow. Did anyone else see this and think it was a deer? Am I like losing my mind? When I saw this, I was like, yo, that's a deer. That's like a deer sculpture. That's not a deer sculpture. It's actually just, what is that? Cameras? Is that a camera? It looked like a deer to me. If I had a castle, would I have a moat? I guess for defense, sure. I think it would make sense to have some defense. Nice to go by boat. Do deer live in Central Park? I don't think I've seen one in Central Park, but I would not be surprised if there was one. At least one. Possibly several. Also, I should drink water. It is in fact 6 p.m. I've not streamed in a week, so I've forgotten what it's like to drink water during the stream. I'm gonna do that right now. Also, where's my water toggle? What the heck? Where's this BGM from? Thankfully, there are credits. No credits. The link to the specific... I guess it doesn't tell you the specific song. This... What is this song? This is... anyone know? Someone know? Someone tell them. I'm gonna drink some water. Alright, no one is telling Zoe. Literally no one even cares. itch.io slash... yeah, that one. That one. This one. You got ads, you were subscribed. Welcome, Yurga. Yurga's not even subscribed. Yeah, it's that one. We got this here. Listed. Welcome, Vacuzo. Is that Vacuously from Slay the Spire 2? Thank you, Xtag, for 18 months. Everyone, you've missed all my stories. Anyway. Yeah, 3 minutes and 3 minutes of ads, man. What are they doing? Imagine watching ads. Imagine having ads on the Walfie stream. You guys ever think that to get rid of ads you have to sub? And sub as subtraction is the opposite of add. I'm always talking about this. Walfie, can you repeat the first hour of your stream? No, I've been over this many times. I cannot repeat my anecdotes. If you weren't here, you will never know. You'll be like, oh man, what was Walfie doing last week? If only there was some way for me to find out that information. Unfortunately, lost the time. I'm gonna delete the VOD, then you'll never know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be messed up if I deleted the VOD? But no, they missed it. They will never know. They'll always be wondering, oh, what does he think about the Uma Musume? Oh, what about the karaoke? No. Did he sing Diamond City Lights and do the chant? Oh my god. Did he drink water at the curry place? What is his opinions on the expensive water bottles at Nintendo World? Is it even still called Nintendo World? If only there was some way. She's never gonna know. Unbelievable. Anyway. Was I talking about castles? Yeah, castles. Is there anything else to say about castles? I don't think so. What about what else has been? I feel like it's been so long. Surely like a lot of interesting things have happened that are worth talking about, but I'm like, what is it worth talking about? He talked about the Hololive ball. So, okay, hold on. What do I search for that? I still don't really know what that is. The ball. Are there horses? Yeah, are there horses? What are the opinions on horses in Central Park? With which on the holy night being like a fate Tsukihime Nasu thing? What is he saying? Oh, I played Witch on the Holy Night last week. They kept playing Liz's Liebstrom up and down. And keep associating it with that. I see. Liebstrom. Isn't that the armband? What's that thing called? The wristband company, Livestrong. What do they do? I only know them for the wristbands. Haptic feedback. What do I search? I can't just search the Hololive ball. Like what is the search? Hololive news? Can I just search Hololive news ball? Ball? But where's the ball? Limited time ball? Remember I visited a rune castle somewhere in... Oh wait, I forgot I was solving a puzzle. Sorry, I gotta think about the people that are watching the VOD. They don't care about this freaking Hololive ball. Like, I want to see the solution to level 50. Remember I visited a rune castle somewhere in Europe? What I mainly remember was getting lost in some maze-like pitch black cellar. Just like in Dark Souls. It's literally Dark Souls. Look at this one. We know this can't be the 6. Because connecting these would make it a 7. So we know for sure it's got to go this way. No, he's starting talking about the game now. He's literally so washed. He's talking about the game now. VOD watchers do care about Hololive's balls. They don't. They don't care. Unfortunately, no one cares anymore. This is the state of society nowadays. No one cares about the Hololive ball. What is that? No one even can tell me what to search. Just no. I guess we'll never know. Ball. They will never be ballin'. Cereal. They will never be ballin' cereal. What else? What else? It was NTT balls. Ball. What is NTT? NTT ball. Docomo haptic sharing system. All right, let's learn about what this is. VOD watchers, you know what? Okay, fine. I will solve this first. Before we start talking about the Hololive ball, I will solve this puzzle. I'm sure there are no VOD watchers that are watching this specifically to see the solution to level 50. But in the very rare chance that someone is, you can't be disappointing them. What if they're already disappointed? I tune in for gameplay. This guy keeps talking about ball. Messed up. Welcome Orgon showed up for the balls. No. Ballin'. Literally ballin'. We got 312, we got this 2. Did I go to karaoke after the... No, I went to karaoke before the movie. See, this is a thing that I've been over. It went before the movie. Alright, what if I just like recapped everything? Now that there are people here, this is what I was like, should I wait like an hour before I talk about the interesting stuff? It appears that more people are here after the hour, so like, surely now if I started talking about things, I'm gonna recap everything. Okay, people who have already been here, I'm going to repeat everything. No, I can't repeat everything. Surely I can't just repeat everything. Went to karaoke. They sang some songs. They no longer have karaoke marathon except on Sundays. And then on Sunday, it's priced per room instead of per person. What songs? There were a lot of songs. There were so many songs. Snow Halation was one of them. A lot of Aikatsu songs that many of you will not even know. You'll be like, oh, what the? I would know. You don't know, okay, guys? Even if I told you the name of the songs, you would not even know them. Because there's literally like 7 Aikatsu fans in the West. And 3 of them were at the karaoke place. So, like, honestly, no one understands nowadays, you know? Anyway. And then I was like, okay, this is the thing that I mentioned that might be interesting. Is that the day after, I'm gonna repeat this again, okay? Oh no, there's a lot of work. Apparently, okay, okay, there's a lot of things to keep up with. A lot of text being posted. I wasn't even talking about the ball anymore. I forgot about that. I forgot that I was talking about the ball. And then people are like, Walfie, can you talk about the karaoke already? I'm like, okay, the karaoke. The day after I did the karaoke, fellow streamer Essie_channel retweeted some art that one of her friends drew that suggested that they were both at karaoke on Saturday. And I looked at that and I was like, huh, that's interesting. I was also at karaoke. And there's really only one karaoke place in New York that people go to when they talk about singing anime songs. And it's Karaoke Duet 53. I was like, I wonder if I was in the same place, in the same karaoke place on the same day. And then she was streaming. And then I was in the chat. I was like, were you at this place? And she freaked out. She did not confirm, understandably did not confirm whether she was at the same karaoke place, but given the circumstances and likelihood, probably. Anyway, okay, the ball. We're going to read about this ball. Apparently it's some kind of ball you can hold that transmits physical sensations. To validate the system, Docomo created trial content featuring the VTuber group Whole of English Myth. Participants can select one of 3 members to experience physical sensations synchronized to on-screen actions, including dynamic movements such as dancing and high five. That is so weird. That's actually so weird. So it's like when they're streaming, they're gonna like touch the ball, and then like other people that have the ball can like feel the ball. Is that what this is? That's kind of weird. That's actually kind of strange. But like, what about when they graduate? Not to say that they're going to graduate, but like, you know, eventually, maybe like 50 years from now, like when they do eventually stop, like what happens to the ball? Is it just like a regular ball? You gotta think about this stuff. Okay, if you're gonna purchase this ball, like what's it gonna be? When they discontinue, when they like what's I don't know. The ball. Fan experience. No, then someone's gonna clip this and be like, Walfie says they're gonna graduate because of the ball. No, not the ball. What is reproduces human sensations, including emotions? You don't have an emotional attachment to the ball? Come on, man. Docomo is applying these capabilities to enhance Japan's rapidly growing oshikatsu culture, which fans actively support and engage with their favorite. They're engaged? Is this like, is anyone, guys, Docomo has confirmed that they're engaged? Bro. Can we, is this common knowledge? It could have been called Orb. Yeah. What is this called? Field Tech? Does this to the ball. Pondering my Ina Orb. Yeah, what if, wait a second. What if when they graduate, okay, not to dwell on the graduation, but like, what if the ball did not stop working after they graduate? And then the only way to like, be like connected to your streamer is to like have the ball. It's like exclusive content. You're like, oh man. And then like 50 years from now, the ball like moves and you're like, what the frick? Oh my god, my streamer from 50 years ago And then everyone who has the ball will be like, oh my god, do you guys see that? Go on the Discord group chat for ball. Be like, guys, do you feel, are they, oh my god, it's real. It's gonna be worth millions. Yeah, and then, yeah. Wait, and then, okay, it is huge. This is big news. They should, that's a thing. Or like, what if they get to keep it? Like after, if they ever, I'm not gonna say that they will stop working for the company. Like, what if they keep the ball, and then like after they're gone, they just use the ball, and then everyone's like, whoa, they're communicating in Morse code? No way. What does it mean? Anyway, I don't actually know really what this is. Dancing and high fives. How can you high five the ball? I just don't get it. Hey, if you're in Austin, Texas, you can experience the ball. March 12th? That's next week. Do they have other integration? Is this their first ball integration? Yeah, Hamplo, are you gonna go to South by Southwest to see the ball? They get a ball chip injected into. No. Docomo, where's Docomo? Feel Tech. Do they have other ones? Feel Tech and the future of human communication. It's kind of cool, isn't it? I don't know. Like what use case does this have? Just like, oh, okay. It's the ball. Oh, okay. The ball is moving. That's cool. Use case was lined out to feel a connection with your streamer. Ball. Actively support. Oh. It's not a new thing. What are some existing things that are similar to this? Is there anyone familiar with any existing technology? Considering I've heard Teletweet for 10 years, I guess that is a thing, huh? For other reasons. Ball adjacent. Any ball? Anyone know ball? Any ballers? No way. Literally a ball right there. What are some other, like, possibilities, you know? This company specializes in precise hand tracking. The kind of thing where you have surgeons remotely doing surgery. Oh, like the surgery on a grape? Do you see that they did surgery on a grape? I imagine having the ball and just being like the nanodot check. You know, yeah, the one where they touch the ball. On-screen actions including dynamic movements, dancing, high fives, heartbeat. Yeah, I feel like this would be more of a thing for like ASMR streamers. It's a bit surprising that it's, I guess, I don't know, they are pretty popular, but I feel like if they did this for ASMR streamers, people would be going crazy. They'd be like, what the, oh my god. Gotta get this. But me, as someone who hates ASMR, that's not for me. Fellow ASMR haters who understand me. Well, do you think that if you were an ASMR fan and you had this ball, would it enhance your enjoyment of the ASMR? Like if someone was like, you know, ASMR, or a person cuts your hair, and then the ball, it's like, how would that even work? I don't even know. Asthma. Isn't that the condition where you can't breathe? ASMR. Because I'm not an ASMR fan because it makes people feel too close for comfort while the ball wouldn't help that. Makes people feel, yeah, it would be worse. Ball transforms into scissors. No, that'd be scary. SMH my head. She would not enjoy the ball. Welcome, please carry more. Look up Ione X Feel. They did something with a baseball team. The ball seems extra parasocial. So you do acknowledge that ASMR is like already parasocial. I mean, I guess that's not controversial. There is definitely an aspect of parasocialism with ASMR. Maybe it wasn't a ball, but some kind of suit. Hold on. Ione Feel. Is this safe for work? Let me search it in a different browser just to confirm. Ione X Feel. This does not yield any results that look like the ball. It was also an NTT thing. Hold on. Oh, this was a perfume thing. The Japanese musical group Perfume. But how does this relate? What is the thing? Mac is jealous because she doesn't have a ball. She's got two. What the hell did you get two of them? Two ball two. What if someone bought two of them? Is that a thing? What if someone bought like 50? What if someone just like was really in, like they really are a huge fan of their favorite VTuber and they bought 50? They filled their entire room with this ball. And then every time their streamer streamed and interacted with the ball, yeah, a ball pit? Crazy. I think it was only in Chinese or Japanese. Yeah, is this what you're talking about? Ione. What did they do? What did they do? Group.ntt. Ione Feel Tech. Swimming. How much is this gonna cost anyway? 50? You think it'll be like $100? What is this? Kobe Storks? I don't know what this means. Okay, there's various things to think about. Ballin'. It'll never be ballin'. Anyway, anyone gonna purchase the ball? Is it also like only, can you like, is it only like one per streamer? Like you buy one, it has to be like for Ina? You can't be like, I'm gonna tune into like this streamer and then the ball will switch to their stream. It's like one individual ball for everyone? Or like separate for everyone? If you want to hold hands through ball, you can't do that. That's not allowed, man. Unbelievable. And then do you think there's gonna be like a hierarchy of people who like have the ball and they're like, these guys, they don't even have the ball. They don't even know, man. They don't even know that she touched the ball just this 1 second by accident. What does the ball even feel like? My mind, it's a cursed ball of flesh that wriggles around like a sentient water balloon. Clearly has to have motors. I have no idea. You're gonna have to go to the expo in Texas and find out on your own. Can you stream until you get to level 140? I will eventually. I do plan on playing through all the levels. These are taking longer than usual because I have stuff to talk about. Driving 8 hours. He's not driving 8 hours, guys. He's not driving 8 hours to feel the ball. Do you think famous tech YouTubers are gonna they're gonna talk about the ball? You think what's his name, MKHBD or whatever? Marquez Brownlee. You think he's gonna talk about the ball? He's gonna have a video that's like, you guys will not believe this. I was at South by Southwest and they had this ball and like you could touch the ball and there's like another streamer that's like touching the ball at the same time. And then he then looks into Hololive and he gets really into Hololive because he has the ball. And then next thing you know, he's going to be at all the Hololive concerts. It could happen. Welcome, Carabel. Thank you for 18 months. I haven't watched your streams in a month. This guy's not even watching, bro. Unbelievable. He's going to South by Southwest to do a live podcast. I mean, I would expect a lot of well-known YouTubers to be there. Question is just, are they gonna be aware of the ball? Like, because that's gonna be a big marketing opportunity. The more people that know about the ball, the more people will get into VTubers. And then they'll be like, how did you find out about this? And they're like, oh, the ball. Didn't IShowSpeed or someone become a VTuber for a day because one interaction with Iron Mouse? I don't know if it was IShowSpeed, but I do know there was like someone. Was it Kai Cenat? It might have been Kai Cenat, who became a VTuber for one day because of an Iron Mouse collab. Is that true? I don't think it was Speed. It might have been. Yeah, I feel like this is a weird thing because like I don't know anyone who watches Kai Cenat or IShowSpeed, but like obviously they're very popular. But like if they're so popular, why don't I know anyone who like even interacts with their content? Are they real? Are they even real people? Am I gonna stream the rhythm game? Which rhythm game? Is there a whole live rhythm game? I don't know. I'm not really like very into rhythm games, so probably not. Usually the people you least expect. For what? For being into VTubers? Oh, sorry, being into IShowSpeed, right? Yeah, that's what my question was. I forgot. Me when I ask a question and immediately forget what I just asked. Short answers, completely different circles. I mean, I assumed so, but I would have assumed that like at least one person, like they have millions upon millions of subscribers, right? But like no one that I know watches them. I know Speed mostly from his world tour, yeah. He like went to Asia, he like was in China and then like I don't know. Then again, didn't the Northern Lion Venn diagram of VTubers overlap a lot? Yeah, I mean, Northern Lion is literally married to a VTuber, okay? Can you believe this? That he married a VTuber? So unlikely. He is? Yes. It's true. You might think that she has a manager, but she's actually married. Lovely Momo's actually married to Northern Lion. Unbelievable. Yeah, the VTuber audience, they do know. It was a big scandal for a long time. Northern Lion left a message to Fauna. That is true. That is true. That was back in the day. That was back long ago. That was in fact the thing. I'll have to go out for a little bit to pick up a package for like 1 second. It's literally outside my door. If you have a camera that's outside my house right now, you turn that camera on and you can be like, oh, there he is. I'm gonna BRB for like a minute maybe. Alright, I have returned. I don't know if that was a minute. It was probably like at least like 30 seconds, right? Welcome Zaref316. This is Field Tech. Yeah, no, how do you know? Oh my god, they sent me a pre-order. I pre-ordered the whole live ball. And I will be reviewing it on stream. But the poor viewers who want to know how to solve Puzzle 51, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I can't leave the package outside, because otherwise it might get stolen. Has anyone ever had a package stolen? I remember I ordered, like a long time ago when I was really into Hololive, I ordered an Amelia Watson, what are those called? Standee, one of those, acrylic stands? And it said it got here, but like, when I went outside, I did not see it, and I never got it. Standee's got them. I recently cut my thumbnail super short. Now my life is way more inconvenient. What the? Does anyone get a weird feeling in their skin when you cut your nails? Is that just me? I feel like I've mentioned this before and everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But whenever I cut my nails, my entire skin feels very weird for like the next like at least a day. And I don't think this is a relatable thing because no one else has been like, so true, I understand, streamer. And about the Suisse Converse shoes, they got delivered to my neighbor. Yeah, I've definitely gotten various packages delivered like that were not for me, delivered to my address. And like it's for like another street, and I'm like, do I really want to like go all the way over to like the next street? And I was like, and then I was like, I one time something got delivered like to the wrong address, right? It was delivered to my address, but it was for the next street. But I had to go to work, so I was like, I'm gonna do this after work. But then I left it outside. I probably should have brought it in, but I left it outside. And then by the time I got back, I was like, I'm gonna bring this to the place it belongs. It was not there. Now I'm like, does this mean that the person who it was meant for, maybe they were like looking around for it, or did it actually get stolen? Did someone else's package get delivered to the wrong address and then it got stolen? I don't know. I guess I'll never know. A package dropped off at the wrong apartment unit. I could tell from the photo, almost thought to report it as not delivered, but decided to be honest. Did you go over there and like got it? Did you pick it up? I'll never know. And it's like, I'm always afraid. Like, what if it's like a really important thing, right? What if it was like life-saving medication? What if it was someone's like very important tax information that they needed? Or something, you know? For that stuff to be given to the wrong address and then the person might never get it? That's scary. I did go over to the other unit and picked it up a whole building away. Right. Package didn't get delivered to me despite saying it did. I went through a refund with Amazon. Package showed up next day, so I just said they would take my money. Said that they should take my money. I got €5. Wait, that has also happened. There's one time when I ordered stickers. And it was very delayed. I was like tracking the shipment and it's like it got lost in transit or something. And then I messaged support like, hey, I don't think this package is ever gonna get here. It's been stuck in like this status for like a week. And oh, that's no problem. We'll send you another one. And then they sent it and it got here. But then the package that got stuck in shipment eventually got here. And so then I just had like 2 of them. So, I mean, that was pretty good for me. But not so good. Because they took longer. Welcome guilty with many underscores. One time my food got delivered to the wrong apartment. Reported it misdelivered, but then the other person brought it to me. Yo, then did you get 2 shipments of food? Welcome extraneous Jedi. Can you get all your tech stuff online? Yeah, but like there's some stuff, for some reason, they still send it to you in the mail. Does anyone get this? Like, sometimes they just send stuff for some reason. Also, this is wrong. This should be here. Wait, but I can't assume that. I know it's there because I've created these puzzles, but I cannot assume that it's there. And then what? Then you got this 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. What's the deal? Oh no, it can't be here. No. What? What do you mean? No, it can be here. No, it can't. There's no way. I think this is not. No, I've messed up the puzzle. Guys, I've messed up the puzzle. I might have to restart this one. I already know. I know that this third column from the left is 4 instead of 3. Third column. Third from from the. You mean from the right? Third column from the right. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, this looks more correct. Okay, we got this one. 2, 1. Okay. No, that's not it. There's more. Okay, what else is wrong? This is a 3. It's actually this. Do you think if you write your pen pal now, they will still be able to receive it? Sorry, I was about to ask about people having pen pals, but I remember Walfie used to have them. I very much doubt that my pen pal from 3rd grade lives at the same address. Also, it was never sent to the address. It was sent to the school. I mean, I'm pretty sure the school still exists, but I don't think they'll, like, know what to do with it. Also, welcome to Orphish. I think you, left a message earlier and I did not read it. But I did acknowledge it in my head. Where was the pen pal from? I don't remember. It was one of those, like, one of those states in the US that there are not that many people. Could have been Iowa, could have been, like, Nebraska. Did I read? Oh, the message. What was your message? I guess, since I've read it, there's not really much reason. Anyway. Have I told you about my pen pal back in, like, 3rd grade? I used to draw comics. I had this original character called Superworm. And I used to play a lot of Worms, the video game known as Worms. And I had a worm that I call Superworm. And I would draw comics of Superworm. And I drew one of the comics for my pen pal, and he was like, "That's a great comic. That's really funny." I was like, "Thank you." When I see something like 10, want to do 5 in the middle, then 2 extra on the left. True. True. Anyway, is it doxing? Can I dox his name? Would it be doxing? I mean, there's many people with it. It was named Trevor, right? And I specifically remember he was like, "I'm Trevor, but all my friends call me Trev. You can call me Trev." So I would write letters to Trev. I'd be like, "Hey, how are you doing? We had this thing in New York the other day. And here's my comic that I drew. Here's Superworm." And then, wow, that's really fun. That's a really funny comic you got there. Trebuchet, no, Trevor. Trev. Like the guy from Grand Theft Auto? I do not know Grand Theft Auto. I do know Karagi has been streaming a lot of Grand Theft Auto. But every single time I tune in, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Trevor. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't even know. I don't remember any. Here's the messed up part. Is that I remember the stuff I sent to him, but I don't remember anything that he sent to me. Isn't that messed? Is that self-centered? I guess, I don't know, it was such a long time ago, right? As a kid, you remember stuff that you did. But it's like, what did he do? I did a bunch of stuff. I wrote comics. Do I still have the mail? I don't know. I don't think I do. When is NTT going to incorporate the take sharing with the ball? What? How is that possible? How is that even a thing? Did you all have pen pals? There's this one video on YouTube that I always get recommended that I've mentioned a few times. It's like, the title is always something like, they were pen pals for 10 years and then one day the letters stopped coming. And it's like a photo of like two children. One of them is like, I think white, and one of them is like Asian. And they're like facing opposite directions, and every single time I get that video recommended, I'm like, I'm not clicking that. But like, it keeps showing up. It's always showing up. And then you're like, well, Walfie, why won't you click it? Why won't you click it? It's literally been recommended a billion times. Why don't you just see what it's about? Sounds AI. No, this was before the AI generated era. This was like, hold on, can I find it? You guys can watch it and tell me what it's about. Oh no, what about the people that are wanting me to solve puzzle level 52? They were pen pals. And then the letters stopped coming. Yes, this is exactly it. 7 years ago. Okay, does anyone, what is this about? This is it. I keep getting recommended this, and I've never watched it. I don't know what the origin of it is. Kid moved away because of divorce. She gets remarried. Her name changed. He was real. Is this real? Before solving level 52, you have to watch. Yeah, you have to watch this YouTube video. I'm not right. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. Yet YouTube keeps recommending it to me. And like, I don't know like what the deal is. Like, who are these kids? Why is it significant? You know, surely, like, you know, obviously the letters have to stop coming, right? Because like you're not gonna write to your pen pals forever. You could say that about anything. Oh, we were pen pals, and then the letters stopped coming. Yeah, because I stopped going to elementary school. Because I graduated. Right, that's a thing. 15 million, it does have 15 million views. Surely, if something has 15 million views, it has to be significant. I also feel like I did something wrong here. Is that this thing being a 2 does not seem possible. So I may have to restart this. I'm not one of the 50 million. But anyway, in case you were wondering, if you ever got recommended that video, did you watch it? Did you think it was a good use of your time? Were you like, ah, I can't believe that the letters stopped coming? I guess that is the story. That they were pen pals, but then the letters stopped coming, and you're like, why? Why did they stop? It was an okay use of my time. I guess that's promising. It has a conclusive end. Oh wait, no, you can't spoil it. Now we know that it ends conclusively. Now we know that it resolves in some way. And here I was thinking that we would never know why the letters stopped coming. I guess that would be not as interesting of a story if like we did not know, right? If they were just like, hey, I had this pen pal and like the letters stopped coming. You're like, oh, okay. Did you ever find out why? I don't know. I guess we just never know. I think that would be a funny video. Because you would expect them to have like some sort of introspective like moment. They're like, oh man, this thing. They're just like, no one knows. I got the YouTube AI summary. Sounds like a nice story. Do they spoil the story? Sometimes the AI summary does that. They spoil it. Oh my god. Why would you even watch the video then? Have you seen the documentary about kids that grow up without talking? That one doesn't end conclusively. I have not seen that one. I'm not aware of that one. Do normal pen pals just write a final letter? Is it not normal for it to just taper off? I mean, when I was in school and I had a pen pal, there was like a last letter. Because we weren't writing to the pen pals addresses directly. We were writing them to the school. And the school would distribute them. And so obviously there was like one day that was like the last day. Do you want to know what happened with the pen pals? No. Maybe I'll just never know. I mean, if I really wanted to know, I could just click on that summary. Government, no, it was school mandated. Unbelievable. Does anyone care? Okay, what if we collectively read the AI generated summary? The pen pal video. And then I can finally know this video that's been recommended to me for several years. We can find out on this stream. Walfie's pen pal now works in the cave where they sell the government cheese. I wonder if they would remember. Like, if you just went up to someone who was named Trevor and say, "Hey, do people call you Trev? By the way, did you ever have a pen pal that would draw comics of this character called Superworm?" And then, wait a second. Holy frick. I remember that guy. That guy was freaking weird, bro. That guy was weird as heck. That guy was cringe, man. I was just being nice. Wouldn't that be so sad? Wouldn't that be so sad if Trev actually hated Superworm and was just being nice? I'd be devastated. What if he was like laughing with his friends, but like in a bad way? What if he was like, it's funny, but like it's funny because it's bad, you know? It's like a low stakes version of that Korean TV show that reunited families separated by war. There's a lot of those. Just like you said, they wouldn't remember what you said, only what they said. Yeah, that's also possible. They're like, I had this pen pal. I don't remember anything that they sent me, but I remember one time I talked about getting pork fried rice at a restaurant. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. Actually, I do remember he mentioned one time he had pork fried rice. He thought it was good. And I was like, that's great. That's great, Trev. Thank you for sharing this with me. And my pen pal talk about something called Toho a lot? No way. Is that real? Is Toho real? It was before I was in 3rd grade, so I was not into Toho at the time. What if you think pen pals today are talking about like VTubers? I guess okay, now that we can just communicate with each other online, I guess people do still have pen pals. But I feel like it kind of loses its sort of like what was it called? The fact that we can just communicate online now conveniently makes pen pals less of a thing. It's more charming, yeah, but it's like if you really wanted to talk with them, you would just like share contact information like outside of pen pals, right? Welcome to mine. But I guess you talk to them like online, and then you also send letters periodically. Like that's not exactly the same, right? I don't know. Although I guess you could also just have like email. you could still have email pen pal. I actually used to have one. There was someone who used to message me like or just email me stuff a long time ago. I guess it was like a pen pal. We could have definitely just talked over like MSN Messenger or whatever, but they would send me emails. And they're pretty long emails, you know. It was about their day, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll get a lot of information. Friends who still write each other letters and text still. I had friends. I received a letter a few years ago from an individual. And I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice have letters. I wanted to send postcards to random people online. Wait, I did that one time. I forgot. I did that when I was in high school, and it was like probably like 2009 or like 2010. I was on Twitter. I think I was in high school, and I was just like, anyone want Christmas cards? And then people would just send me their address, and I would send them like custom printed Christmas cards. And I specifically remember in those envelopes I included some tape from my favorite. Were you one of those people? Yeah, I would just write a Christmas letter, and then I would have like a card. I would include like a piece of tape from my favorite reel of tape that I had for some reason. That was my favorite. And then I sent them a resistor. Anyone know engineering? Electrical engineering resistor. I just sent them one of these, and like I think a lot of people didn't know what they were. Like, check it out, I got one of these. Yeah, that was a thing. It's like, man, I would never do that today. I would not trust a random person online with my address. How many ohms? It's probably like 10. I don't know. I think we did the same group, but I don't think I got you. No, this was... Okay, maybe we're talking about a different thing. It wasn't like, It was me asking people specifically. It wasn't like a big group thing. It was specifically me. They didn't send letters to me. I just sent letters to them. Anyway, that was... I forgot about that. I still have their addresses. They probably don't live there anymore, but... I do have them. I know where they used to live. That was the thing. Wait, I wonder if Denshi's brother was on that. Hold on. Because, like, I knew Denshi's brother a long time ago. I don't remember if he was one of the people I sent a Christmas card to. Wouldn't that be funny? He's like, by the way, oh yeah, remember this Christmas card you got from Walfie in 2010? Yep. There it is. There are some people I would trust with my address. Wouldn't you remember sending one to Germany? I sent multiple to Germany. It was not... Most of the people I think were not in the US. Definitely did send at least one to Germany. But the one I sent to Germany was not Denshi's brother. That I remember anyway. There could have been another one. I can check. I would probably trust people with my address after meeting them once. Yeah, I feel like if I met them in real life, I guess, yeah. It's true, it's true. Okay, this is done. Is it 2? Has anyone sent, like, a physical letter? Like, not related to, like, government or, like, business you needed to do? Just, like, for fun? When was the last time I sent a letter to someone? Recently cleaned my room. I unearthed postcards from FC, Moshi, and Toaster. Whoa, I know those people. I know all those people. My uncle still mails birthday cards. I think that's cool. Although, like me now, I kind of don't like having physical items anymore. I'm kind of like, if I receive stuff, I'm like, oh man, this is just like, it's more stuff to have in my house. It's just gonna sit there gathering dust. I would prefer not having physical items now. But I like the idea of getting them. It's been ages since I sent one. Probably car payment. Well, yeah, I mean, like, things that are, like, for fun. Not for, like, business you need to do. My friend used to send me postcards when he traveled, but I never sent any back despite liking them. I didn't travel. When I travel, I forgot. What if he hates you for that? What if he's like, I can't believe I spend all this time sending letters and he doesn't even... No, it's probably not. That's probably not true. Because when I sent the Christmas cards, I did not expect anything back. That's fine. I remember as a kid sending a letter to Nickelodeon, getting some gack. I remember that. I mean, I don't remember the fact that you sent a letter to Nickelodeon, but I remember gack, yes. Wouldn't that be weird if I remembered you sending a letter? Yo, I remember, I got that letter. I was working at Nickelodeon at the time. Not true. Did not happen. Gack. Yeah, when I think of gack, I actually was thinking of yak. And yak back. Yak back and yak backwards. Does anyone remember those? You could like record something you said and then it would repeat it to you. Yeah, the yak back. I had a yak backwards. It would repeat, it had 3 options. Repeat exactly what it said. Repeat it reversed. I guess that's 2 options. And nothing, and it would also do nothing. That's an option. I'm sure anyone watching this VOD is like, come on, just solve the puzzle already. There's so little left that you can do. What can I do? What am I missing? Gamers, what if you were playing this right now? Oh, it's literally, okay, this can't be there, this can't be, okay, then it was that simple. I think that was slightly before my time. Mostly remember Moon Shoes and Floam. I remember those as well. I remember Moon Shoes and Floam. Those were classics. I don't know anyone who had them. I just remember the commercials that they would always show. Did you know anyone who had them? I think it was like one of those products that you always hear about, but just never seen them in person. I don't know. Still haven't internalized how to play Picross after probably 4 years of watching streams. Well, now's the time. If there was ever a time, it would be now. You see all your friends talking about how cool Walfie's Nonograms is. I'm like, oh, I should play this game right now. No one bought those. It was fun to think about, right? no one had those. Literally did not. It's kind of like the I Show Speed situation. Everyone knows about it, but I don't personally know anyone who has it. One of my friends had to skip it. Oh, I remember that one. That was like a jump rope kind of thing, but like you would attach it to one of your legs, and then you would just like spin it around and like jump over it. You guys remember Clip-Its? Where it would play like 30-second clips of like popular songs like NSYNC? Yeah, Ball and Chain, yeah. That was a thing. Bop It, yeah, Bop It. People did actually have Bop It. I've seen it before in real life. Oh, I already know it. I already know what this one is. Based on the shape, I know it. I recently set up my Mr. FPGA in my living room semi-permanently. Could put this on the big TV. I've not even heard of that. That's already so advanced. There's a Bop It arcade game? I'm not surprised. I guess they do have a lot of stuff like that. You know, like, hey, do you know that they had this thing? And it's like, of course. They gotta have like every kind of collab out there. Probably exists. You ever think about things existing? I have. I'm existing right now. The Mr. looks so... Mr. Isn't that the VTuber from Niji Sanji? Graduated. Remember that guy? I remember. Mr. What could this be? What could this possibly be? Some kind of strange skull creature? No way, that's the Godot logo? Oh my god. There it is. That's the Godot logo. Now you might see it and you might be like, oh, Godot? That's literally Godot. Speaking of Godot, Slay the Spire 2. That is in fact a Godot game. That is available right now. You could play it right now. On Steam. That's how you pronounce it? Godot? Yes, Godot. Godot. Have a dedicated to dead Detective Oshi shelf with a bunch of merch from both of them. My distributed denial of service? What? What does that mean? Oh, it's already 7 o'clock. It's already time to drink water. Dead Detective. Oh, I see. I also had an Oshi that was a detective who graduated. Actually, Pomu was also a detective, right? She also had a detective outfit. We had Amelia Watson, we had Pomu. Detectives graduating. Wait, I know what this puzzle solution is. This is so relevant. This, spoilers by the way, this puzzle solution is relevant to the discussion we're having right now. Spoilers. I'm gonna solve this puzzle before I drink water. Just in the interest of people who are watching the VOD who want to know how to solve the puzzle. Alma and Mista were my top Oshis from each respective company. So true. Times have changed, man. Back in the day. You think like back in the day, that was like 5+ years ago. Do you know that Hololive EN debuted 5+ years ago? That's right. I specifically remember it was September 12th, 2021. No, actually it was 2020. It's been 6 years? Wait a second. I specifically remember September 12th because I was like, huh, September 12th. I guess they could not have debuted them on September 11th. So obviously they had to delay it. Do you think that was the thing? Do you think they were like, when are we going to debut them? And they're like, what about September 11th? And one of them was like, we can't do that. And then it was the next day. So now you know. Now you are aware. You will never forget when Hololive EN debuted. Probably. I would not be surprised. No, we can't have that. 9/11 debut, something you can imagine face it. No, no, no. Are there new Face Connect VTubers? Is there one that's like a dog? Is that new? Is there like a dog one that debuted recently? I'm surprised I've only seen like one person like. There is? See, I did not see anything about it on Twitter. I only saw like one like Discord message about it. And like no one responded to it. There sure are a lot of VTubers. Dog on a leash, is that what it is? The stock price is the same as when they IPO'd Hololive? Perhaps. I saw a bunch of Discord messages about them. Apparently the red one from that gen is unhinged. I have not even been paying attention. Wait, this is wrong. This should be here. So is the dog one. I would have imagined like hearing more about it though. Cause like Face Connect is pretty big. I'm surprised that I've not seen maybe it's just the algorithm is like you're not really interested in corporate VTubers anymore, so we're not gonna show you this stuff. Someone from that gen I also recognize from a past life. Would I recognize them? Do you think I would be aware of who this person is? I think so. Okay, I guess I'll look into it. Because there are some times when I'm like, hey, I wonder what this person's doing. I haven't seen them in a while. And then I'm like, oh, oh shoot, oh, okay, I see. It's happened before. Anyway. It is taking longer than I thought. I was gonna drink water, but I said I would wait. And now I'm waiting. They're still yet to solve. Okay, the 3 is gotta be here. And then what? And then this is not there, so this is here, that's not there. Now do you see why this is relevant to the discussion we were having earlier? Now that you can infer what this puzzle solution is, you're like, oh shoot. No, no. Got 3, we got the 1. Alright, well I obviously did something wrong here. What did I do wrong? Where did I mess up? 352, 2112, 221. Would I get it? I don't know. You would have to tell me. I would have to figure out if I would know this VTuber. Oh, there it is. Do I know any African VTubers? South African, yes. But they debuted a while ago. Anyway, I'm gonna drink water now. I'd probably know. Well, I thought you meant in the latest generation. Isn't there like, isn't there one that debuted like very recently? I don't know. All right, hydration time. Wasn't that the latest? Hold on, do I need to look it up? I thought there was like a newer one. Phase the next generation. What is the most recent one? They're all the latest gen except that the debut date. Members, here's all of them. Known staff, Phase JP. Oh, I thought. Wait. Oh, they are okay. I thought they were. I thought these debuted more recent. I've not really seen like any of them besides this one, who I know you're referring to. I do know of this one. October. Wait, that was last year. I don't see any of these people. Okay, well, anyway. Never mind, I was mistaken. I thought there was a new debut. I thought the dog was recently debuted. Because I had not seen them before. Honestly, same. There's a lot of VTubers now. There's so many. I'd say I don't watch too many corpo VTubers, but recently they had the big GTA RP server event. Last 2 weeks I was oddly glued to that. I did see there was some kind of Grand Theft Auto thing, but I did not follow it at all. Welcome, Hemp. There's so many VTubers. Sometimes I tune into a VTuber's chat And then I'm like, oh shoot, I recognize this chatter. I've seen this person in several chats. They had 140 participants. That is a lot of participants. So many people. Get like Hightail. They had anyone playing the Pokemon Pokopia? I was talking to my cousin the other day, and like he was like, I'm interested in getting a Switch. This was before the game came out. He was like, I kind of want a Switch now, and I was like, oh, why? Is there a game that comes out that you're interested in? And he's like, this newest Pokemon game seems pretty cool. Like, I did not know this game was such a big deal. Like, before it came out, the pre-release news was like, it was a pretty good game. But I was like, that's cool. I don't think it's for me, though. But then, like, everyone's like, you gotta play Pokemon Pokopia. But is it worth it? It's Pokemon Animal Crossing. I don't know, I guess. I guess. I watched like some of it. It doesn't really seem like something I would enjoy, personally. But I do know a lot of people are playing it. And enjoying it. I don't even know what it's about. I also watched Dofus play it. I think you're like a Ditto who has like its owner died or something, or like it's not around anymore. And then like you're like building a town of Pokemon. And for some reason people in Japan think that Bulbasaur is a Gyaru type character or something. Or like people used to think that Slowpoke was one, but then like it uses certain pronouns and people are like, no, Gyarus don't say this. It goes, yeah, there's Pikachu, I think is the name of it. It's like a Pikachu that like used too much electricity and like it died and now it's a ghost. Maybe it didn't die, I guess. Does ghosts imply that they were once alive? I don't know. And you have a ghost that was never once alive? I never considered this. Did like Gengar and like Haunter, were they Pokemon that previously were alive? Is that, or were they always like dead? Oh. Canonically, kind of. So like, are they the souls of other Pokemon? Like when a Pokemon dies, do they become like a Ghastly? Okay, this is also totally wrong. This puzzle, I've messed up. I'm gonna give up again. There's been a theory about Blue Gary is dead, Raticate in Gen 1 forever. Never heard about it until 2 years. Oh, I heard about that one. Yeah, he had like a Raticate on his team that he stopped using after like you go to that one Lavender Town. I remember that one. Clumps of spirits and stuff. Lavender Town was so scary. Was anyone else scared by Lavender Town as a kid? I would always turn the music off because it was so like frightening. Like, what were they thinking? A lot of kids were probably traumatized from that. You killed it, he didn't make it. Oh, that was the theory? Is that you killed his Raticate? Dang. The music was... I should probably change the music. We've been on this BGM for a while. You like Lavender Town? I don't know. I had to turn the music off. I was like, I can't listen to this. Managed to glitch the game? Are you on the latest version? Or are you on... Do you like... Oops. Are you on version... whatever? Did it happen from pausing and unpausing many times while the cursor was on the left side? This is also wrong. I think I also messed up again. I'm gonna restart. Oh, are you on the current version though? Oh, on the website? Hold on. Well, then that should not happen. I thought I fixed that bug. Welcome, Alkchakar. Thank you for 14 months. Get the screenshot on Discord. No way, I thought I fixed that. Oh, what the heck is that? No way. How did that happen? Nah, whatever. It's fine. No one else has mentioned that they've seen that bug, so surely it must be a very obscure thing. Surely no one else will ever encounter this issue. I feel like the problem with like releasing a Game Boy game is that I'm hesitant to like release too many patches because then it fragments like the user base. Especially because it also has retro achievement support, so if I ever release a new version, the old version will be incompatible. It'll force people to upgrade. I don't know. A lot of things to think about, you know? A lot of stuff. Anyway, what else has been going on? Anything else of interest that's worth talking about? I have it written down. If only one person is having the problem, eliminate them. No. Music. No. Nothing. There's nothing really. I don't have anything in my notes. Have I eaten any good food? Have I eaten any? Probably. Do I have any photos of good food I've had recently? Maybe after I solve this puzzle. What have I had? This is wrong again. Did I mess up again? 1, 1, 2. This is not a 2. How did I... Why does this keep happening? It's cursed. This stream is cursed. So 11's gotta be here, right? You got 2, 11. I found it. No, it's 2. I reset it. So this one's gotta be here. It's gotta be. Literally got to be. I've been continuing to compose music. And I've been watching a lot of like music theory videos about jazz specifically just because it was recommended to me. And it's really interesting actually. There's a lot of interesting things to learn from jazz. I can't quite easily use 7th chords in chiptunes because like you can't play you can't play 4 notes at the same time, really. But you know, there's interesting things going on. But that's it. There's nothing else of interest to even talk about. Yeah, only 3. You gotta like do arpeggios and stuff like that. But that's too much. That's too complex. But anyway, I gotta think of like a next game to make, like another major project to work on. Cause like now that I'm done with Walfie's Nonograms, I'm like, what do I do? I could make Walfie's Nonograms 2, but like, I don't know. I could try to learn assembly instead of C. Because like I feel like a lot of the bugs that occur with this game are because I don't have strict control of the timing. You know, sometimes an interrupt will run and because I'm writing C instead of assembly, I can't guarantee that the cycles will match up. Like what if I learned assembly? Emptiness of completing a project, exactly. Like, what do I do? I could learn more music composition, but then it's like, I gotta, like, make music for something, right? I mean, I could just make music and not have it be for, like, a game. But, like, if I'm gonna be making music, I would prefer it being for a game, you know? There's things that we have to consider. Just like in life. Heard people really like the music. They did, but I only composed the 9th song. Check 8-6 column. Oh no, you're so right. You're so right. That is correct. Let me change the song. BGM 7. Have you all heard about Strudel? It's like a programming language where you make music. That seemed pretty cool. Now obviously you can't make music for Game Boy using that, but you could compose stuff and then like eventually transpose it to Game Boy. I was working on music. Changed how you listen to it at all? It was a big change for me. Somewhat. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I recognize this is an octave leap. This is a jump of exactly 1 octave. I recognize more often now when things use arpeggios. I'm like, oh yes, these are the 1, 3, and 5. The major chord, but like arpeggiated. There's things. Jazz. I now finally understand what 251 is in jazz. You guys know about 251? It's used everywhere in jazz. Welcome, Zuja. Run from yes thinking of food to no, it's not the food to yes. I've seen people use that. Wait, what do you mean? Yes thinking of the food? What does he mean? Oh, like have you had good... Oh, strudel. Oh, that's what... Yes, the programming language known as strudel. What if I did one stream where I learned the programming language strudel? I guess would it be a programming language? I guess you are programming a song. I guess it would be. It would perhaps qualify as programming. But it seems pretty cool. You can write code that's like, you know, execute these chords in this order, repeat them, parallelize them with these chords, modulate them, add some stuff. Description language. Sounds interesting. It seems pretty cool. So it's like a lot of times when you're like composing music in like a DAW or whatever, you're like writing like the specific notes. Whereas this one, you can just write like the chords. You can write like the... Instead of writing like C flat or whatever, you can just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as your chord tones. And then just like tell it what key you're in and then it'll figure out. You could tell what chords you want and then it'll figure out the correct voicing. So it'll like lower or raise things an octave to get things to be like not spread out as much. MML seems more like a tracker, but I didn't know. Yeah, it has some similarities to MML. But I think it's a bit more like more programming-like. I guess you would like have functions. I don't know if you can define functions. You probably can, but it seems cool. I would be willing to learn it. And then maybe people that are like watching the stream, they're like, whoa, what the, this seems cool, I'm gonna try this as well. And then people just start making music. You're like, what do you, what, you can program music? Dude. That's crazy. Anyway. And then what? That's not it. 2, 1, 3. What are, oh, this up here. No way, is that the snowman from Vacuous Sugar Quest? Oh my god, that is the snowman From Vancouver Sugar Quest? I recognize it. Or listen to my song. This is my song that I made. There it is. There's my song. Anyway, anything else? Anything else going on out there? Out here in this world? Do I have a process for picking a game to start working on? Not really. Kind of just like, if I have an idea, I'll just start working on it. I feel like I should do more game jams. That's a thing. Or I could do like a music. What if I participate? Like, it's not just game jams. They have music jams as well. I could be like, I'm gonna make music for this. It could be a thing. My mind always inserts any other guy as a lyric in the song. In this song? 1 hour music jam? Can I make a song in 1 hour? I guess. Could be a game jam where you help out with the music. That is also true. But then what if the music sucks? Then I'm in a group and then like the music, they're like, oh, this song kind of sucks, but like, we have to. Swelltime Depot is having a jam type thing. Anyone jamming out there? What if they made jams for strawberry farmers called strawberry jams? They could. They might already have that. It might be a thing that already exists. That's also a thing in Celeste. Strawberry jam. You guys know that strawberries are not berries? Isn't that messed up? They have berry in the name, and yet they're not even berries. Bananas are berries. Tomatoes are berries or something like that. What does it even mean anymore to be a berry? A ladybug is berry. That's a reference to VTuber. It happened to... Okay, you gotta like reproduce the bug. And tell me specifically what to do. Can I check level 71? Okay, sure. 4, 3. 4, 4. I just paused and wanted to give up. What? No, no, no. I misclicked. How is that possible? Okay, after I solve this one, I will jump to level 71. Is level 71 a level that has like 6 clues on the left or on the top? Because I do have some different logic for those levels. That maybe that's what's breaking it? Possibly. As what? Does it have 6 clues on the left side? Do the clues go all the way to the left edge? Okay, what do I do here? But, okay, then it's unrelated then. Then it's probably something that happens, that could happen on any level. Maybe. Wait, is this right? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 to 5. 4 goes here. So there, and get 5. It's gotta be, it literally gotta be there. Anyway, that's all of interest. Literally nothing else of interest happened. Nothing will ever happen. Ever again. And you'll be like, oh no, I can't wait until something interesting happens. Nothing ever. Literally ever. I got 1-6. It's gotta be there. It's gotta be this one. There's this one. Now we're talking about the game. That's how you can tell the stream is at the point where I have nothing to talk about, because I've started talking about numbers. The 6 is here, this is here. It might be related to color change. Okay. I will take a look. I will not solve the puzzle, but I will take a look. Okay, it's gotta be this way. We got the 3. So 2. So 10. So 5. Two. Wait, that's 4. That's a 4. How can that be? Wait, how can this 4 be here? 4, 6, 5, 3, 1. Wait, so this is wrong. But this is also wrong. Wait, 4, 5 has gotta be in. 4 is here. 1. I guess the 3, no, this could be up here. And then this right here is a 9. It's caused by clicking yes on give up in some contexts. No way. Whoa, is this the squirrel from Inscription? No way. You said level, what do you say, so level 71? 71. Alright, so you're saying that something causes it to break. Oh, wait, oh shoot, what the? What is this? Okay, so the menu did not load. I see. If you unpause, if you pause during the give up, try pressing yes. Well, I mean, this is not yet. This would be okay. So this is technically not on the yes no menu. This is technically on the. This will be on the save menu, right? And then this would be medium. I thought I fixed this. Alright, well, it turns out I've not fixed it. I might need to patch this game. No, what if I just leave it like this? What if I simply just let it? Well, you know, this is like in the line of Game Boy bugs. To do unpause during give up menu. What causes this? It's not clearing the tile set. So the way that this menu works is that my controller is that when you're on this menu, it loads these specific tiles, and then when you click on give up, it'll replace these tiles with another set of tiles. And then I guess when you unpause during it, it doesn't go through the function that updates the tiles. Alright, well, I mean, I guess that is a, that is a bug. I can't make it break, but I'm on 1.0. It's probably a 1.1 bug. No, I have to update this game. I don't have to. You know, back in the day, the Game Boy had some bugs, and they stripped with the bugs, and that's just what the game was like, you know? You could never fix the bug, because you have to print more cartridges, and like, you can't do that, right? So obviously this bug will exist forever. It will never be fixed ever again. But what if I did? What if I did fix it? No. I would like to do it in a way that does not invalidate the retro achievement stuff. Cause like if I fix this bug, it's gonna move all the memory addresses around if I introduce a new variable. And then now retro achievement needs to be updated. I just loaded the game onto my real hardware, now trying to go through tutorial. Brain hurting. I would suggest rather than reading the tutorial in the game, just read the Wikipedia article. It's actually way better. My mom always jokes that my family runs into stupid things on accident. What, like this stream? I can't believe she would say that. She thinks this stream is stupid. Why would she say that? But yeah, Wikipedia has a good article on Nonograms. It's a good guide. It outlines many useful strategies. And I think that's cool. But this 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. This 3's gotta be there. Good stretch. It's got good strats on that article. Good soup. Soup or man? You have the soup or the man? Neither. Any good movies coming out that you're all interested in? I don't know why I'm talking about this. I don't watch movies. Besides the Uma Musume movie, don't even really watch movies. But are there any? I could talk about anime. I don't even watch anime. What's even airing? There's Eurocamp. I saw Prof. Jack posted Eurocamp. That's happening, right? Free Rent Season 2. It's not airing, but it will. It will. Guy who was in the cinema for Uma claims to not watch anime? Yeah, I don't watch anime. Different. It's cinema. I looked at what's coming out. The only thing I'm interested in is Super Mario Galaxy. Oh yeah, Super Mario Galaxy. What if they made a crossover between Eurocamp and Yuri because of the name? They have had several crossovers. They're both published by Manga Time Kirara. And so they've been in the game and they've had various interactions. It exists. It's real. In their gacha game, they exist in the same gacha game. It's real. It's not even a what if, it is actually happening. Maid Dragon movies airing this month. I didn't even know that they were still making that. So I thought that the series was over. I didn't even know that they would have a movie. What the heck? Neither did I. Found out when checking if there's anime in the cinema. cinema. Uma Musume. It sure was a movie. Sure was some kind of film. What am I doing here? What? It's been 5 minutes. Have I fallen off? I feel like I solved... When I played this off stream, I feel like I solved this pretty fast. 2, 3, 3. 11. Fallen off? The horse. Fallen off the horse's back. Do some in the 1, 2, 2, 5 column. Oh, true. Oh, that was so obvious. Right. Yes. Of course. And then you do this. Obviously. The Friday malaise. Anyone in Malaysia right now? Malaysia. Tigif. Today, it is fine day in California. Some might say it's Friday, but I say it's fine day. Oh wait, this two has to be here. Because of this information. Wait, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Walfie, you're so wrong. It doesn't have to be. Why would he assume this information that's not true? No, it does. Wait, no. No, it does. It has to be in the middle here. Right? Because there's like no other option. 1. Yes, this has to be there. It has to. Journal with Witch, which is a josei anime about a neurodivergent aunt taking care of her niece after the niece's parents died in a car crash. Neurodivergent author aunt of her. That is many corrections to your message. I will not be watching that movie. And by movie I mean anime. It could be an anime. It could be a movie. It could be an anime. It could be literally anything. I'm enjoying Journal with Witch a lot. For some reason I've never heard about it until just now. Which I guess is probably common of anime in general. I'm so out of touch with what's popular in anime nowadays. Chainsaw Man, that's a thing. I'm trying to think of like other popular. What are some other popular anime? Other. Does they even have a case of the Mondays any day Friday Malaysia? Fate. Strange Fake. Is that a thing? Pokemon Go. Fate Go to the polls. What do I do here? Guys, what? I feel like I did not have trouble with this when I was solving this off stream. And yet now I'm like... What do I do? My attention to anime manga is 10 years out of date because I mostly bother to check stuff that's already finished. What was the last anime that you've all watched? For me, I guess it would be the Uma Musume movie. But before that, I'm like, what did I even watch? Second column from left and right. Second column, 3, 2, 4. How is that possible? 4, 3, 3. Alright, said this can be here. Wow. That's literally all it is this. That's the thing about Nonograms / Picross, is that you do one thing and then it opens up so many possibilities. Oh, looking at this, I know what this is. I remember this puzzle. I know what I'm looking at now. But I can't use that information because that's cheating. Encouragement of climb. I have heard about that one. I don't know anything about it, but I have heard of it. I'm aware that it exists. Alright, and then you said also this. 3, 2. How is this? Literally Eurocamp for mountain climbing? What? What if it was Eurocamp but for horse racing? The 3's on the bottom of second column from left. The 3. Oh, true, because this can't be there, so it's gotta be this. So true. He was so right for that. Oh wait, and literally this 11. I could have crossed this off, this goes here, cross that off. How did I miss such obvious clues? They were literally right there. And yet, did not understand. I did not even comprehend what I was looking at. No, no. Well, this has to be a 2, because this is a 1. So the 2, it must be this. Me when I know no grams, when I don't even know the grams anymore. Grams. Easy. It's gotta be there. Literally gotta be there. And this one's here, that's gotta be a 2. This one right here has gotta be a 3. And gotta have the 2 over here. That's a 3, that's a 2. I wanted to rewatch March Comes In Like a Lion. I should start before March ends. You could totally do that. And then you could be marching. A marching band. Marching band? No, what did they do? What did marching do to get banned? Why would they ban marching? Unbelievable. Oh wait, this could have been crossed off the whole time. Okay, then this 2's gotta be here. It can't be there. And then what? Then that and this. That's gotta be 2. Yes. Gold time. Recently found out that I can walk to the main railway station in less than 30 minutes. Learning this distance is walkable in reasonable time made me rethink my world. There's also speed walking. So we're taking people left and right. Dang. Can you believe that I've only not even done 15 puzzles today? I guess the first stream we had a lot of small puzzles. Surely this one is easy, right? To change the music. Only 15, not even 15. I've only done like 12 puzzles today. Can't believe it. Streamer is washed. Which you would think would be a good thing, because like washing is usually pretty good. But in this context it's bad for some reason. Like, why is it bad to be washed? Don't you need to be washed sometimes? If you're never washed, are you ever like clean? Shouldn't you want to be washed? I mean, what guys, what's the deal, huh? Society is saying washing is bad now? Can't be true. Sometimes being cracked is a good thing. True. The goat is clean with it, but is never washed. True. And sometimes with the sauce. The lamb curry with the sauce. Goated with the sauce. They should have that. They should have a goat-based dish that comes with like some kind of curry sauce. They call it goated with the sauce. If you wash your goat, all the sauce comes off. I've always thought that like washing, like saying my goat is washed is something that Rolf from Ed, Edd and Eddy would say. He was always saying stuff like that. And the kids would always be like, what are you saying, Rolf? And he's like, it's a thing from my hometown. They would always say my goat is washed. And they would be like, what is he saying? I don't get it. See, Namai knows. Namai understands. Lamb vindaloo at the local fusion restaurant? Yeah, goated with the sauce. Ed, Edd and Eddy, yeah. Ed, Edd and Eddy's been off the air for some time now, though. That's why I'm confused. Everyone's out there. They have they added Ed, Edd and Eddy to Fortnite. That was a thing. Or they added Ed, at least. I feel there's dishes in Mediterranean cuisine that have goat in some sort of sauce. Yeah, it's a classic. Goated with the sauce. Goated. Yeah, sure, that one. That one right there. Of course. It has to be that one. Double D was always my favorite Ed. Did anyone else think that Double D's hair, or sorry, his hat was his hair? When I was a kid, I always thought it was his hair. Apparently, it's like a beanie, some kind of headgear. But I did not see it like that. But it makes sense, you know? It's logical. The police are here. Do you see the police? You hear the police sirens outside. This is useful info for that food guessing game. Goated. Literally getting goated. My mom thought it was hair and that W was right. It definitely looks like hair. I was not alone in this. What kind of feeling should I have when a gift sub expires? It depends if you use the emotes. Sometimes I get gifted subs that I don't use the emotes for, and I don't even realize when they're gone. But if it is a streamer whose emotes you use, it's like, oh no, no, no. I actually used those. It's like the Pokemon Pro tag that has a hat. Yeah, the Brandon, right? What's his name? Brandon, the guy with the white hat beanie. I feel like I think I might have also thought it was his hat at some point. Or sorry, his hair. But it wasn't a different thing. It was a different thing. I'll be devastated when this drops. Is that a Marley emote? We're solved. I already know what this one is. It is. I'll get the 4, get the 3. This 3 can't be there. Gotta be here. Gotta get the 3. That's a 1. 4 goes this way. 3. Oh, I do without my Walfie emotes? Those aren't gifted. Those are literally, you're paying for that. Ever think that the word payin is like, paying is like similar to pain? P-A-I-N, pain? It really goes to show you. It really says a lot about society. Pain. When we are paying, are we not all in pain? Is our wallet? When we are paying, who is really in pain? Our wallet. That could be something. There could be something there. Pain. Pain. I thought Brendan's hat was his hat, right? It's a common thing. You're like, why would this Pokemon protagonist, who is always like 12 or 13 years old, why would he have like gray hair? White hair. Is he really that old? No, he was simply wearing a hat. And now you know. You learn things on this stream. And you can tell all your friends. Joy, I learned this today. Do you guys know this? And then a lot of people will be like, yeah, obviously. But then someone will be like, hey, what the heck? No way. Thought he died. That's also possible. I mean, like in anime, characters have like weird colored hair. So it wouldn't be too unusual to think that he just naturally had white hair. Things like that do happen. Welcome to Old Man Diabetes. Alright, what am I doing here? We're almost done. It's a 2, that's a 2. It can't be there. It's gotta be this one. This has gotta be part of 3. That could also be there. I chalked that to anime, they always got weird colored hair, and that is true. It's so true. Anime. Do I still browse Twitter? I sure do. He'd be the coolest looking Pokemon Pro tag if he actually had that as his hair, but he is the dumbest looking? No. Is he really the dumbest looking Pokemon trainer protagonist? 115 row? No. Oh. I thought I messed up somewhere. It's gotta be 3. This one. Anything interesting on Twitter? I don't know. Has there been anything of interest? Alright, that's it. That's a crab. Whoa, is that a peak reference? Is that a reference to the crab hat from Peak? Anyway, that's it. That is in fact it. Thanks for watching. Hey, can we figure out what this is about? Hold on. Spoilers for this video that gets recommended to everyone. It doesn't spoil it. It doesn't tell them why the letter stopped. Okay. Went to Japan 30 years. It doesn't. It's a different summary. Is it a different summary in German? Like the AI asks. Oh, I'm not doing that. I thought you meant the summary. Dumbest looking Pokemon Pro tag was the black and white dude with the crazy hair. Hold on, let's look this up. Alright, you're saying it's the black and white guy. This guy? Wait. This guy? Oh, this guy. Yeah, this guy did look pretty stupid. What was his deal? What's up with that guy? Yeah, the guy with the hair. What is... Okay, this guy. What the freak? Nate? Why is his hair... No, wait, is it this guy? No, it's a different guy, right? It was this guy. What's his deal? What's wrong with him? Why is he doing that? No, you're right. Everyone else looks pretty cool. This guy looks cool. What's the cool? I feel like Ethan... Perhaps... I mean, obviously people are gonna be... Oh, it's gotta be red, right? Red, it would be red. But, like... Ethan was pretty cool. I like Lyra's design. Green. I don't know. Hilda was pretty cool. Gloria's pretty cool. The other ones, I don't know. I guess this guy's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it. Florian is a child. Florian. Is that Hamflo? Hamilton Florian? That's him? What the? XY guy's pretty good. Wait, which one's XY? This guy? Anyway, we're ending the stream. No! Windows update. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna click, you're gonna note that I clicked update and shut down. It's gonna restart. Every single time, Windows, it never does it correctly. Update, see, do you see that? I literally clicked shut down. You saw it. Why did they freaking do that? No, you check the VOD. I narrate very specifically. This has happened every time. Every single time I do this, it always does this. But like sometimes it says it restarts, but it actually shuts down. Sometimes it says it restarts and it actually does restart. Restart to finish and then it shuts down. But why does it do that? Why doesn't it just shut down? Update and shutdown requires a restart? No. It would turn back on and be so bright when I try to sleep. Right, the light is still on right now. Is it, see, oh, what is this? Update, okay, I see. It starts, and then after this, does it stay on? Okay, then it shuts down, okay. Alright. National Dentist Day, Dress Day, Oreo Day, Day of the Dude, Dentist Day, No Homework Day, Report General Service Administration Fraud Day. What raid message would be good? Frozen food day. Okay, you just post whatever you want. Okay, there's many to choose from. You choose one, and you post it. All right, who do I raid? Who's streaming? A bunch of people streaming right now. Is there anyone playing Walfie's Nonograms? Me. Oh, I was like, whoa! I was like, I clicked on the category. I was like, what the frick? Someone's streaming this? It's me. I'm streaming this. Okay. Let's see. Who shall I raid today? I'm scrolling. Okay, it's gotta be, how about this person? Let's raid Creole. Wait, is a collab? That's a collab. I can't raid a collab. Okay, let's not raid. What about this fellow? What about this individual? Nabunon. He's playing Pokemon Pokopia. We were literally talking about Pokemon Pokopia. So I will send you there. Nabu Panic? Did he get cancelled? Why would you post Walfie's Panic? Did he do something? Is he a person that I should not be raiding? Is he evil now? What did he do? What did he do? I never think of it as panic. But then what is the emotion that you're trying to portray? Anyway, that's gonna be it. I'll be back tomorrow. Variety Saturday. That's happening. I think of it as shock and surprise. No, but it's called it's literally in the name. Walfie's Panic. It's panicking. Alright, now I sit here. I sit here for many seconds. For so many seconds. You're gonna be like, wow, it's so many seconds. How can he wait for this many seconds? No one could literally ever wait this long. And now the raid is going. Goodbye.